Graduation is fast approaching, and yet I still sometimes come to the TJ field to work out. It reminds me of after-school practices, hustling to the locker room to change into uniform, and just having a good time with my teammates. Here, I made my mark. I could play on any field, but there was something special about the atmosphere and the familiarity of the place.
Familiarity of the place soothes me. It's like I've been here my entire life. I thought it would be weird going into high school because I'd be leaving friends I'd known for over 5 years to be with people I'd only get to know for 4. But I feel like I've known them in this school forever. I know these hallways like the back of my hand, and I can rattle off people's names as I pass them in the hallways with ease. Since that first day freshman year, I've loved coming to TJ.
Coming to TJ can be really hard sometimes. Time passes both super slowly and extremely fast. And with college so close, I feel like I'll end my high school career with a whimper instead of a bang. But never mind. Right now I think I'll just complain to my friends.
Studying, working out, and talking with friends can sometimes be exhausting, and yet I can always be proud of myself at the end of the day. I can now see how much I've been able to grow from freshman year, back when spending nights planning robots and writing lyrics to a class song were our biggest concerns.
Our class song was Freshest Freshman. It's so crazy to think that that song will be our legacy. I still remember watching that in class. It was so funny.
On Facebook, we hit you with that book. Reach your stats with the A. In I bet we are that major threat. 2021 and we're coming for you.
It was so cringy, yet it made me laugh.
I loved coming to football games and hanging out with all of my friends, getting way too many peanuts and fries from Five Guys, and sitting in the back of the bleachers. It was moments like those when I knew I'd have these friends for a long time.
I came to a lot of the football games. Watching the players run back and forth across the field, it was kind of mesmerizing.
Sports were like the perfect end to a perfect day. After sitting around all day at school, all I wanted to do was move, and sports did that for me. Yeah, it was challenging, but I still rose to the occasion every single day.
Some days were definitely more difficult than others. I wondered if I was good enough for TJ, whether it was possible the admissions team had made a mistake. When I was forced online at the end of junior year, I kind of stopped caring, and my grades slipped hard at the beginning of senior year. My parents were worried, but I just wanted to give up and disappear.
I wanted to seize every opportunity. My freshman year, I did debate and MUN, and every year afterwards, I've continued to find communities that are vastly different and still incredibly accepting. Like, for instance, I never enjoyed biology. But in IBET, I met one of my best friends when he noticed I was struggling. We've been close since freshman year, and he helped me discover marine bio, which is the lab I ended up joining. I don't think I would have given it a chance without him. It's so weird to think that we've come this far.
I've come this far. I was always worried that I'd be faced with the terrible epiphany that I'd hate STEM after coming to TJ. But I've gotten the opportunity to take some really cool and difficult classes, like AP Physics and prototyping. Where else can you say that? And yet, I look back at what I've learned and my research project. This is it.
This is it. After 4 years of what was the most challenging thing I've ever faced, of telling myself every day, only 4 years, only 3 years, only 2, well, this is the end of it. Went by a lot faster than I thought. I wish I had been more honest with myself. I wish I had admitted that this school was never for me, and that's okay. At least I learned a lot about myself, a lot of things I probably wouldn't have been able to handle alone. And I think that's important.
I'll never forget the students who would just bend over backwards to help me study, and sometimes force me to study. Like I said, I didn't like biology, but I'm thankful that I had someone who did.
I'll never forget the lock-ins, the get-togethers, the spirit weeks, the pep rallies, practicing for next or I-night, or yet another performance project. I poured my life and spirit into this soul every single day, and yet this summer vacation is just not one I'll be able to come back from. I have to move on to better things.
Move on to better things.
Dear James and Rochelle, I miss you. I miss seeing you in class, I miss seeing you in gym, I miss seeing you in homeroom, I miss seeing you smile.
My absolute favorite memory of you has to be from homecoming freshman year. And you run up to me, we're in the gym, and you run up to me and you're like panicked. You're like, dude, help me. Like, I need help. And I'm like, what's wrong? And you were like, I cannot talk to Ronnie. I'm too scared to talk to her. I had my camera around my neck, so I was like, okay, I know what to do. So I grab my camera, I grab you, and I drag you to Ronnie, and I'm like, listen, I'm gonna take a picture. And you put your arm around her waist, both of you smile, and that was my picture. Still have it to this day, actually. Love that photo. But yeah, I didn't stay long. I wanted you guys to get your moment, so I walked away. But before I did, I noticed that you guys started talking, and I like to think that you had an amazing rest of your homecoming night.
So when homecoming rolled around, I was so excited to help you plan your asking, but little did I know you were planning to ask me to homecoming. And I was so surprised, and it was our first homecoming, and it was honestly the sweetest thing anyone has ever done for me. You always made me feel appreciated and safe and loved, and it was a memory that I will carry with me for the rest of my life.
James, do you remember that one AB project that we did together? It was so dumb. We had to do like the cardboard cutouts and like draw the graphs and stuff. And I remember like us being so scared because we thought we were screwed, because I found out last minute that I had drawn the lines for the entire project wrong, and I genuinely thought like my life was over then. But you know, everything turned out fine.
when I took a trip to Spain over spring break, I really hadn't been talking to many people back home because I really wanted to immerse myself in the culture. However, the one person that I wanted to talk to and tell all about my amazing day was you. You always asked me how my day was, and we would text, and I was just so excited to share my happy memories and accomplishments with. And you were the one person I wanted to do it with. You always will be my home, Rishabh.
TJ has been a struggle for me. But you know, now I committed to a great college and I'm about to embark on, you know, my new journey. I wish you were both here with me.